Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first Fightstick Friday. I am your loving host, SkreamnRedSkull. If you're in the chat, please say hello and let me know you're here. And, I should turn my mic up a little bit. I'm only running a mic right now, so need to make sure you hear me. I'm going to try to keep this stream a little bit quick tonight, because it is actually my dad's birthday today. So I want to at least try to hang out with him a little bit before I spend a whole night doing this. Put up a little more. How's that sound? Da 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 da. Da da da. Yeah, that sounds good. And it doesn't need to be super loud. Alright. So now I think I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this stick. This is as you can see, an arcade fighter. It's a cheap ass PC PS3 stick that I bought off eBay. I found them on I was doing some research and I found it on SRK, an article of people modding these and talk about what they had to go through to do it, because it looks almost like a legit stick, but the buttons are like 29 millimeters around and the stick just feels very Fisher Price. But the case itself is almost perfect for what I want to do, and that's to I should grab that actually. I want to throw this PCB, the MC Cthulhu, I'm sorry, into this thing so I can run it on my Super Nintendo, my Nintendo 64, my Dreamcast, whatever. Can mod it to run on the PS3, 360. Could probably do PS4 too, which I probably should do, but I want to get a legit stick for that, and that would require it's too much of me in this shot. Let's go down a little. There you go. There you go. Anyway, yeah, I want a legit PS4 stick. So what I'm doing today is I'm gonna open this up, unsolder the PCB that these buttons are attached to. If you can hear these right now, you can hear a giant plasticky clunk. That's exactly what they feel like. And the stick is almost legit. It almost feels like an actual JLF. The only difference is the actual harness that holds it in, which I'll be using to replace with an actual JLF and using this button still. I got my JLF right here. Yep. This baby right here, the Samurai, right? Yeah, JLF. Everybody knows what the JLF is. So, because I want to kind of make this quick, I'm just going to jump right into it. Flip her over. This is from my Comba Q2 Glows case. And if you get a new stick, make sure you hold on to this, because these are great for doing repairs. Or modifications, rather, but same thing, really. And let me see if I can... Let me try to get the mic or camera over a little bit more. Put it up against the... Thought I had a good setup there, but yeah, that looks much better. Alright, let's open this thing up. First we gotta take out these feet, because you got, what is it, 4, 8, 9 screws here. These 2, or these 4, and, wait, no, it's just, never mind. I can't count. Don't listen to me, I'm an idiot. But I think I know what I'm doing, so we in there. I'm going to start by removing this tiny one right here, because I always forget about it. Now, where can I... Oh. setting the stream up was kind of a mess. I got my toolboxes and shit all around me. I'm gonna go for these. Oop. Hold on, let me send my buddy a message real quick. He's busy playing Tekken like an idiot. Mostly just being a smartass, but he'd be interested in this. Point me down a little more. There. That's much better. Alright, let's start taking screws out. I've been really excited to get started on this. So I've owned this Cthulhu PCB for about a year now. I've been wanting to do a video of me putting it in. Let me change screwdrivers. Fortunately, because I lost the only video editing software I had, which was Windows Movie Maker. For some reason, they decided to stop supporting it, so I can't use that anymore, and I don't have the money for a real video editor. So I figured trying to do streaming more, so I may as well do this on stream. Hopefully I can unsolder this PCB and all the other components quick, because I wanna drink some sake with my mom and dad. They seemed excited about that prospect. If you're in the chat, please say hello. I'm SkreamnRedSkull. It's the first official Fightstick Friday, like I said. I'll try not to say that too much, because I'm going to archive this on YouTube. Okay. Shit. Alright, we got... Oh, that works. Just pop them out. There you go. Go here, razor blade. Emo Stacy. Wait, we can. There you go. They don't want to come out, but they don't have any choice. Motherfucker, I'm making a stick tonight. That one jumped right out. Sweet. And as you can see, the USB cable runs out through the case here. Yeah, it's just a little notch that it hooks on. So what you do is you slide it down and push it through, and then this thing slides all the way down to the floor where I need it to be. So it's out of my way. I'm actually going to hold on to this USB cable too, because I'm going to reuse it. Just run the cables through a Ethernet connector, and yeah, good enough. Alright, let me talk about the inside here. Like I said, all the buttons are connected directly to this PCB, which is kind of a bitch because I have to unsolder these and figure out how to undo this. This is the JLF wannabe stick. It's got a octagonal gate on it, and this thing right here is just a weight, which isn't enough. It's a little bit too small to give you any actual weight. So hopefully I can find some more weight to put in there other than this. But enough about that. I'm going to plug in my soldering iron. Oh hey, because I got this off of stream, I'd like to do this really quick. Thanks to this guy right here, I am Pacina. Yeah, I think that's right. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope I see you come by the stream sometime soon. I'm going to turn down my speakers real quick. And yeah, if you're new, hit the follow button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to try to make Fightstick Friday a regular thing on my stream, as well as Tuesdays when I stream whatever I'm feeling, and Thursdays when I stream fighting games, which I call Throwdown Thursday. You can see down below that my schedule's down there. Let me do this really quick. Alright. So what I got here is some speaker wire that's copper, and I've dipped in some flux. And this is what you do when you want to create desoldering cables or wire, which is the reason I feel confident in doing this at all, because I didn't think I had any way of desoldering this without buying a desoldering pump, which is about $200. But all you need to do is take some copper wire, dip it in your flux, and then you put it up against what you're trying to desolder, put your soldering iron on it, and it sucks it right up. It's not very graceful about doing it, but it's a cheap and much more attainable option for most people, especially if you don't plan to use your desoldering pump very often. This is my fan's fucking hot in my room. Okay, so, oh shit, I shouldn't have put that on. Oh, fuck. Well, I'll deal with that later. You can see this string's going well. Okay, that should be fine right there. I think it's still warming up a little bit, but we'll get there. Oh, it's on my lap. Okay. Actually, won't I start with the easiest thing to disconnect here, and that's arcade stick. Just move this out of the way. It almost has the exact same wiring harness as a JLF too. Let me see if I can compare the two. Like, upside down, they almost look identical, other than you got the octagonal gate and this has got a square gate. It almost looks like you could plug this right into it, but I don't think the layout's the same, so you gotta be careful about that. You gotta know which is the right plug. And for further comparison, oh, and I dropped. Further comparison, this is the wiring harness for the JLF compared to the um, arcade fighter. I couldn't remember who made this. There's ICANN and Neki, and they both made identical sticks, completely identical to this. And what's ironic about that is both those names are the same, spelled backwards. Okay. Now for the part I'm excited about. Stupid wire. On this burning hot iron. Oop. You can see that already pulled out a little bit, but I want to twist up this end here. Oh jeez, come on. I'm not too worried about burning this PCB because I might not even use it again. The buttons are more reusable than the PCB itself. Is that working? I hope so. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to cut through. They just use a lot of solder on that shit. And the reason I don't want to just like cut them off of the PCB and butcher it like that is, like I said, the buttons would be reusable for something. And I do want to build a arcade cab out of my Raspberry Pi, so it might go towards that, but I'm still thinking I might put some actual soundwall buttons in it, like I'm going to do with this thing, which will require me to file out these button holes a little bit. Just what I bought a file for. If you're in the chat, please say hello. I'm SkreamnRedSkull, and welcome to Fightstick Friday. Yeah, there it goes. It's starting to pull it out. You can't really see it from way up where you are, but I don't think it would look better if I brought you down more. Let me see that actually. Well, it kind of looks better that way, so I'll leave it here. Yeah, that fills the screen with more arcade stick and less space. Space. Just heat up the copper wire and let... Oh, yeah, that pulled it off perfectly. Yeah, we're good. We in there. Actually, I'm going to go like this so it'll be a little bit easier. Yep, and I soldered it to it. Come on. There we go. That happens sometimes. You just put the iron back down and it starts again. Oh, jeez. You can probably hear my nephew and my brother playing video games right now. Another thing you might want to remember if you're going to make your own desoldering cables, make sure it's twisted up good, otherwise it frays. It doesn't work as good that way. It'd probably work better if I put some flux on the actual contact point. Do you have any Q-tips? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Fine game jokes all night, people. Let's open my flux here. The first thing you need to know about flux is that it's this orange gooey crap. It's very sticky. Very gross. Excuse me. I'm just going to put flux on all of them and make sure that the soldering cable has plenty to work with. Let's do these bottom 4 for now. Okay. So, here we go. This wire is getting pretty hot. Luckily I left some of the plastic on it, or the rubber on it, so it won't burn my hand instantly. That wouldn't be fun. Damn it. This really needs to be wound up more. I think you typically want to braid it, but I've gotten it to work just raw like this. And by raw, I mean like twist it up as it is already in the cable. Might just have to clip this and use some more, but there's still plenty of space I can use, like I'll just do that. Just warm it up a little bit. I wonder if I just don't have enough flux or something. Scratched it, but like I said, I'm not too worried about this PCB. They didn't make these great, so the information that I'd get off of saving it wouldn't, or not information, but the capabilities of this PCB are almost pointless. They didn't review well on the SRK forums, I can say that much. But, I mean, you just look at the thing, you know it. The only thing it's got going for it is the look. And I guess the size, if you want to do what I'm doing. Just make a little stick to use on your older consoles. Cool. I got those points desoldered. I can actually let the PCB off them a little bit. I don't know if you can see that very well, but... Hey man, what up? Thanks for the follow earlier. I saw that in my emails and I actually gave you a shout out earlier. Good to see you on the stream. How you doing tonight? Start on the next here. Should probably open a window. Little fumes never hurt anyone. Right now I'm just desoldering these contact points from the PCB so I can take the buttons out. What Fightstick is this? I'm good, you. It's a really bad knockoff. It's called an arcade fighter. Let me flip it over this way. It's just something really cheap and flimsy that I'm gonna... Right now I'm desoldering these buttons from the PCB so that I can pull them out, wind these holes because they're like a millimeter too small, and then I'm going to stick some actual Sanwa buttons into it. And I got a JLF to put into this stick. And here, I'll show you that. I got a MC Cthulhu board that will allow me to make it a multi-console. Let me fold out really quick because you can see it that way. You hook all your buttons and your stick, and up to this, you solder a Ethernet cable onto it and run it out to a port, and you're able to switch out cables using Ethernet connectors. And that way I can use this stick to play fighting games on like a Super Nintendo, 64, or PlayStation. Almost every old console except for, I think you have to do something crazy to get Genesis to work, but I'll figure that out later. How much space do I have? Yeah, I got plenty. Yeah, dude, this thing, that thing's really cool, and I've been looking forward to starting this project for a while now. Oh, just pull a whole bunch off. Cool. I'm using this desoldering wire to take all the solder off, and oh, that wasn't easy. We in there? Oh, it's getting all fucked up now. Let's see if we can twist it up a little bit. I think the solder getting into it is making it fray apart like that. And the only reason I'm going through the trouble of desoldering these instead of breaking them off or something like that is I just kind of like the challenge of deconstructing it rather than breaking it. I mean, the only amount of damage I want to do to this is when I file the faceplate to put buttons in. Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it. Look at that. That's clean, too. Nice. I'm going to have to make some more wire here in a second, but we have just enough to take this one off. Don't get soldered to it, you fucker. Yeah, there. That's perfect. Yep, those are lifting out now. I'll try and gluing that in a second. I'm almost done with these. Oop, almost burnt it a little bit. Yeah, I definitely should open a window in a second. I've only used ball tops, honestly. I haven't used a whole lot of sticks, and I prefer the ball top just because that's what I'm accustomed to. I would like to try a bad top just to contrast. But I also like the classic look of the ball top. I haven't used too many sticks myself, though. The stick I'm using lately, since I play a lot of PlayStation, is the Comba Q2 Glow. Yeah, this isn't going to work anymore. Give me a second while I clip this wire and make some more soldering cable. And the Combo Q2 Glow is a really decent stick. It's got light up buttons and stuff, so it's a lot more flashy than it is functional, but it's a really good stick and it's not held back by gimmicks. Where'd my razor go? There it is. Jeez, is that the font size? That's too small. Yeah, that's good enough. For a while, my buddy was lending me his, was it an H-Rap? Or a Hori Rap? I can't remember. The RAV4 is the, like that really wide one, right? So he was lending me that for a while, and then when he moved, he had to take that with him, so I don't have a PS4 stick anymore. That thing was pretty nice. I also was a big fan of the Vulix with the Hayabusa stick and the Kuro buttons. This is gonna work. Let me do this before. I'm bending that cheese. Oh, that was coming off. Cool. Also thinking of adding some art to it, but I'm not really sure and can't decide if it's because my Fightstick is white. Yeah, deciding on art is difficult. I actually just designed using focus attack templates. Let me actually put that up really quick. I could probably just add it to the scene right now. I designed the artwork I want to put on my custom stick when I finally get around to building one. With my waifu on it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Jam Kurodobi from Guilty Gear. That's the layout I want to have with her on it. Sanwa buttons, of course. Still trying to decide between another JLF or using the Hayabusa. you don't want to come off, do you? You little bastard. There we go. I'm hoping to make building Fightstick somewhat normal on my stream. Let me wipe some of that off. Sweet. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, focus attack's a really good site. I get a lot of stuff off, or I look at a lot of stuff off of there that I want, but all the stuff I built or I'm gonna put in this, I got off of there, like that PCB I was showing you earlier, and of course the buttons I'm gonna put in there. You know, I almost feel like I should turn it around so that I don't keep burning this thing. These empty cylinders of nothing. Yeah, actually I did. I just downloaded the free trial of it, though. I can't afford to buy it right now. I also have a program called Krita, Krita. I think that might work for it. I didn't really try it yet, though. But it's kind of like another version of Photoshop that's free. First, that might help. Oh, don't solder to it, you fucker. Oh, jeez. There we go. Hopefully this process doesn't take me too long. Alright, feels kind of tedious. I just want to be able to pop these buttons out by the end of the stream tonight. I'll pull out the joystick too, because not much holding that in anyway. It's these buttons that were going to be the challenge. Yeah, it kind of works better when I do it on the side than run the copper on the other side. There we go, that's perfect. White, red, orange silent sound allows orange clear mesh ball top. Cage shock info. Nice, yeah. I need to check out Arcade Shock too. I haven't looked at them very much. Another stick I really want to build is I have this wet dream of a fucking ridiculous stick I want to make to play Resogun on PS4. That would have 2 bat tops for the analog sticks, and then all the other buttons would be like either Sanwas or like glowing arcade style buttons for like doing like the overdrive and the burst. If you have a PS4, you should check out that game because it's free and it's a really, really good shmup. Even though I'm not even a big fan of shmups, like I love that game. When I first got the PS4 and there was like nothing out on it, that was like a godsend. You want to go to... A camel stick would kind of be cool, yeah. I'm kind of thinking of tweaking the basic idea of the artwork I showed you earlier where... yeah, if you look at my Twitch avatar, I want to put that skull on it. But at the same time, I don't want to, like, block the image of my waifu on it. Good shit. How long have I been in it? Almost an hour now. Yep, Resogun. Good game. I think I've played it on stream a few times, but I'm not too good at it, so I don't feel like it's a good game for me to stream. But it has a ship customizer, and that's pretty awesome. Like, you can build your own ships with voxels. Tell me you're not down with that. Camera? There you go. Nope. Nearly got it all. Oh shit. That's almost good enough. Now I need all of you to come off. Might not have enough copper on here. Might be all full of solder. Yeah. What I am Pacina, right? Let me know if I said that right. What fighting games do you play? While I make some more cable here. Why are you over here? Stupid lock. There you go. Oh, jeez, that got bunched up super hard. into the flux. This time I'll remember to twist it up a little bit. It doesn't start to unravel on me. Yep. Okay. Let's get the rest of this solder off of here. Not yet. Need to see those connectors lift off the PCB. Oh, come on. Thought I twisted enough. Let me try using my pliers. The more it frays, the harder it is to work with. There we go. That should work. Whoa, I should get this blade out of here. Last thing I want to do is cut myself on stream. That would be fucked. Don't want to burn the edges. Ooh, come on. Oh jeez, that made it super easy. Just need to touch the connection. Run the wire by it. Burn myself. There we go. Looks like there's still a little bit on this one. Whatever, that's good enough. Let's move to this button. There it goes, it's starting to melt. It's just not getting absorbed by the flux. Come on. I think he took off. Oop. Soldering iron's getting pretty hot right now. Probably have to give it a break in a little bit. I don't want it to explode in my hand because that'd be fucking tragedy. I need this hand. I need to play video games and guitar and shit. Wish I knew if I could listen to Jet Set Radio live on stream without it cutting out my audio. Good. Not yet. Still attached to the PCB. Oh, there we go. Need to get both to heat up. Part, these are all good to go. I'm just going to keep removing a majority of the solder and remove what little I need to later. Jared Leto. Leto. That's that butler thing from Majora's Mask. That solder. The wire in there. Come on. Oh, I thought I had it all. I burned myself a little bit. I'm good though. Yeah, I don't have an imprint in my hand, so it should be fine. Just want to move my fan so it stops blowing solder shit in my face. Nobody likes fumes. Probably get my phone out of here too. I did not know how I wanted to set this up. Oh, Matt McMuscles. You're so right. Man, dude. Alright, that should be enough. This wire might be a little spent though. Most of it. This post looks a little bent. Yeah. I'm gonna plug my iron and let that cool down a bit. And while that's cooling down for a little bit, I'm gonna make some more soldering or desoldering wire. Where's my clippers? Clip. If I do it bit by bit, bit by bit, yup, it's go much easier. Ah, I used the wrong one. Come on, there we go. There we go. That should be enough. I'll use my needle nose pliers here to wind them up again. So they got all frayed. Yeah, you can see it that way. try to do all this on screen as much as possible so that you're not just staring at an empty stick while nothing happens. Not that winding up copper cable is super interesting, but it's better than nothing. We're an hour in. I'm SkreamnRedSkull. Let me know if you're watching. Say hello in the chat. And if you're new, hit the follow button. I'm going to continue trying to desolder these buttons. The whole bottom part's lifting off now, so that means we're doing good. These 4 up here need to go now. I need to tighten up the tip of my soldering iron too, while it's safe, somewhat. I don't think I can. Well, work with it. Deal with it. Sunglasses. Alright. Got the soldering iron plugged back in. I'm going to start up again in a second once it's warmed up. Still waiting for it to warm up. I think I might have to get this hot glue off and try to desolder it from the other side. Once it melts this piece of glue hang off the edge here, I'll know it's warm enough. Come on, iron. Yeah, I plugged it in. Just doesn't want to heat up right now. Or fast enough, at least. Let me see my other scene here. Yeah, I'll stick with this. Oh, I've got a piece of copper on my shorts. My jorts. Wish my tip wasn't so loose. I don't like that. Come on. There it goes. if I was making a YouTube video of this, this would be a part of it that would be sped up to not waste everyone's time, but for those watching it in the future on my YouTube channel, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you skip through and just watch once in a while, because this is not a very interesting watch if it's not live, I'm sure. Not that shit, damn it. Wondering if I need to clean off my tip more. Let me try that. Do I have something I can use to clean it off? I'll probably use my file if I have it around. One second, people, have to grab something. Just over here. Room's a mess of tools right now. If you're watching the stream, thanks for coming out. I'm SkreamnRedSkull. Thanks for coming out for Fightstick Friday. Just got to clean off the tip of my soldering iron so it works better. If you're in the chat, say hello and let me know you're here. And if you're new, please hit the follow button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you can, tweet out the stream. I'd also really appreciate the exposure and the support. But for me, it's more important that I get interactions, so if you're in the chat, say hello. I just want to point at the screen without like a dick. Okay. I'm sorry I don't have a Faze cam, but I only have one webcam in my life right now, so my ideal setup would be the cam you're looking at now and a smaller one in the corner showing my face in at least one of my scenes. Seriously, I feel like it's not... Okay, never mind. Wait, nope. Wait, yep, nope. Wait, nope, yep. Yep, nope, yep. Alright. Probably get that to break out now. There's a whole glob of solder on it. See if I can get that little corner off. There we go. It's starting to move, so I should be able to pull that off in a little bit. Let's finish doing this one now. This may seem like a really boring and tedious task, but I actually enjoy doing this kind of shit. Electronics are cool. Oh, come on. looks good. Ooh, that came right off. That's what I want to see. Yeah, it looks good. Should be able to pop that up a little bit. Kind of hot, but it should be fine. Yeah, good enough. I'll pull off more later if I need to. Oop. I want to burn the plastic. Sure already smells it. Oh. Hang on a second, please. Alright, sorry about that. Someone knocked on my door. Probably have to be done here in a little bit. But I want to at least get all these buttons off. There it goes. Just make it like this. Nope. Get off there. There we go. Every once in a while it solders itself to the board. There we go, that one looks perfect. One more. One more! For all the Persona 4 players out there. That was a good goddamn fighting game. That reminds me, Arxis is making a fucking Dragon Ball Z fighting game. How perfect is that shit? After perfecting the Unreal Engine to make the best looking anime fighting game, they're making a legit anime fighting game. With an anime and everything. And Frieza will be there. Shit. Fucking Dragon Ball Z with its naming conventions. Let's name all our villains after dumb bullshit. Let's warm that up a bit. I think the board's starting to melt a little bit. I see some liquid. I don't know what that's from though. Come on. Oh, jeez. Gotta warm up the connector a little bit. Got something to glue and melt. That's pretty fucking cool. Come on. Okay. Looks like it's gonna lift. Did you even lift B, bro? Blah, fuck it. Okay. Just gonna go like this now. If I do decide to use this thing again. Oh, oh. Yep, there it goes. I did it. Mission accomplished, boys. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find a way to get this hot glue to melt. Sure, it's still hot enough to use this. honestly, like, I may as well clip the wires because there's so much extra here that I have plenty to work with when I run this into a Ethernet clip. And this, I'm just going to cut that ribbon cable short because I'm going to still use this PCB here for the home button and stuff. So I'm going to use this to make a slight incision. And for these, cut it about there. There it is. The PCB's out of here. So, step one of my arcade fighter has been completed. These cables, like I said, are going to be reused. I think I can pop those buttons out now, but yeah, look at that. They're going to pull right out, aren't they? This one is. There you go. Possibly to be reused later, I don't know. Still deciding on whether I want to do that or not. Like I said, maybe for the Raspberry Pi, but I'd rather use something good. Let me get that. That one had no problem coming out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, progress. Excited about that. It's kind of liberating to take these buttons out finally. I put them onto something else not as important as an arcade stick. I mean, they're good buttons still, just not great performance. I guess you get a good view of that too. Need a flat head for this. How was that covered? Are you flatted? Yep. Here we go. You can see that the, if I get enough light in there, you can see that the connectors are still pretty, they're still in good shape. So, like I said, I can reuse these, and that's kind of the object of desoldering rather than destroying. And just so you get a good look at that, no buttons in the way. Completely, I'll actually be able to pull this out too. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to reuse this cover, have one custom made. I actually have a piece of plexiglass I might be able to use depending on the size of this, or maybe have it repainted at work by one of the paint technicians. It's only taken me an hour and a half. Cool. And here's the USB cable. Whoop! It's still attached to the other plate. Put this up here so you see what I'm doing. I don't like leaving in the dark like that. That's the other end. You can see it's got a nice little, I don't know what you'd call that honestly, but that part's going to be sitting there up again, as close to the Ethernet plug as possible. Uniform, you know. So yeah, I get to reuse the same USB cable that it came with to plug it into PC 360 and PS3. And I'll pull this bad boy out. Bad in a bad way. Just 4 screws. Normal JLFs use 2, but oh shit, I have to take the ball top off too. There you go. Give it a twist. With a twist. Yep, there goes the ball top. Right there. It's got the washer too, but I might just use the JLF's washer. Try to use as much of the JLF as possible. The only part of this that will be used is this white part, the harness, because it will fit in here perfectly, and I've actually slid the JLF into the harness already and seen that it does work, so yeah. Awesome. One more time to flip it over. Like I said, the PCB under here is staying in because I'm using these buttons. I actually can't use the L3 and R3 button because there's no input for that on the MC Cthulhu. But yeah, this is what I was hoping to accomplish tonight. Everything's deconstructed as much as possible, or as much as I need. You know, just... No, I'll do this another time. Well, what I'll have to do is obviously have to pull this restrictor gate out. And like I said, this is octagonal, which is another downside to this particular stick. It's actually a really bad idea because I feel like a beginner would buy this stick. And I don't think octagonal gate's a good learning point, or a good place to learn to use arcade stick. Oh, come on. Gaff, you fucker. There we go. How did I do it before? Wait, this just snaps right off, doesn't it? Yeah. Pull that off. My flathead. Oh, shut up, buddy. I don't know if I actually pulled this part out, so I'm not sure. Well, yeah. That's as much as I plan to deconstruct it for now, but this is a stick that came with it. Hopefully I'll be able to take the shaft out and insert all the other parts to the JLF into it. That'd be ideal. If you're watching the stream, I appreciate you coming out for the first ever Fightstick Friday. I'm SkreamnRedSkull. If you're new, hit the follow button. I will see you next time. Hopefully next Friday I'll be able to continue working on the arcade fighter.